Okay, everyone, we are live and welcome to another meeting of Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmasters Club. Today on our agenda, we will have, of course, a keynote speech by Toastmaster Tessie Fatma. Sorry, it's not a keynote speech, it's a panel discussion. And after that, we'll have our club officer elections. Once again, welcome everyone. And wait. How do you control the view? I mean, switch between gallery. Any idea? I don't see the controls anywhere. Where have they shifted? Okay, there it is. I found it. All righty. So once again, welcome everyone. And I would like Toastmaster Jahanzeb Shah, if you could introduce yourself to the rest of the members, because of course you are one of our founding members, but you are back in the club after a long time. So it would be good if those who don't know you could learn about it.
Well, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm so happy to be in this meeting again. And my name is Janzeb Shah. I have been associated with Toastmasters for a long, long time. I am a textile marketeer. I look after the exports of home textiles for Liberty Mills in Pakistan, Liberty Mills Limited. So this is about it. I'm a textile engineer, and by profession, I'm a textile marketeer. Apart from that, I have a keen interest in reading books, and you know, I wish I can play cricket sometimes. That's all about me. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jandeep Shah. So welcome back. Certainly great to have you. And now we will actually have sort of changed it in the today because there are only two items. We have the club elections and we have the, the panel discussion by Toastmaster Tessie. So our Toastmaster today is and he just joined. Welcome, DTM Saad. So DTM Saad, are you there? And look at his profile picture. He is holding his DTM shield. Okay, over to you, DTM Saad, our Toastmaster of the day.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, honorable guests. I've waited a really long time to say this, and finally the time is now. Welcome to another Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster meeting, where we leave every meeting smarter and better than we were before. So apologies if there are a couple of long extended brain fades of mine, because I'm actually doing this after a very long time. So I need to get that rhythm back. And, so will we have the election after the meeting, or we will have it now?
Well, as per the agenda, election are after the whole panel discussion and evaluation.
Okay. Makes sense. So,
Sir, one point. Sir,
sir.
sorry, my apologies. We will not be having the table topic session today. I could not find it in the agenda. So in case not, then please confirm. You're
Yes,
mute.
we won't be
Okay,
having.
as per the agenda, we don't have table topics, but Toastmaster Jahanzeb, you're one of the modular evaluators for the
Yeah.
panel discussion.
Right. I'm not sure what is modular evaluation. I'll get to know.
You will come,
So-
you'll get it. You'll get hang
Right,
of it.
right.
BT
Right.
Madam, I have an idea. Why not make him the lead evaluator, and I can take his slot?
Great, we can do that. Can we, Toastmaster Tessin, can you quickly share your evaluation form in the group? So Toastmaster Jahanzeb has a while to go through it. So you be the lead evaluator, Toastmaster Jahanzeb, and DTM Talha will take over modular. But you have to learn today because the next meeting you're going to take over in the modular.
I will
Well,
do. I will do.
Every QL member is potentially a modular evaluator. So, yeah, we'll go through it today, inshallah, and we'll brief it. So, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not a quantum leap meeting without the VP education barging in with the changes in agenda. Either it's a DTM Tala, a DTM Iram, or anyone else. So moving on, we will begin the meeting by some role holders. So a Toastmaster meeting has three segment generally three segment, but this time we have two segments plus the elections, and to make sure the meeting is as per our standard, we will have a language evaluator and the timer as well. So for the role of the language evaluator, we have DTM Iram Rizvi. So DTM Iram, can you please explain your role? DTM Iram, if you are speaking something, you're on mute. All right. So basically, what a language evaluator does is note down the good usages of the language and those areas which we can work upon, and apart from that, the language evaluator also notes down the usage of the word of the day. Since the word of the day is not mentioned yet, so we will wait for the language evaluator to tell us, else the word of the day will pop in the chat box very soon. Next up, we have the timer, and the Quantum Leap AI will take over the timing role. So basically, what a timer does is this display three colors. One will be red, next will be yellow, and no, sorry, I'm doing the opposite. The first one will be green, next one will be yellow, and the last one will be red. So the first light means you have reached your minimum time to qualify for the votes. Next one, the yellow one means you will have about some time left to wrap up your speech. And the last one will be the red, meaning you have reached your maximum time to speak, and you have 30 seconds to wind up your speech. That will be the role of the timer. Next up, we will have our main segment, which is the modular, if, if which is the panel discussion. And when I first looked at this topic, that was very near to my heart, being a digital marketing professional myself. I was really excited and I wanted to know how everyone can show their adaptability to the to the to the technology which is around us. So for the panel discussion, we have a very energetic, a very charged up member of Quantum Leap Advanced, Toastmaster Tehseen Fatma. So Toastmaster Tehseen Fatma will be doing a panel discussion on the topic, the addiction to digital technology and its effect and its adverse effect on the mental health. The addiction to digital technology and its adverse effect on mental health. So Master Tehseen Fatma, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a very beautiful weather outside in Karachi, so already we all are very happy mood. So I think that after this panel discussion, we will be in more happy mood. So I will start with the introduction of my honorable panelists. Just please confirm me, am I audible and visible to the entire panel and all the audiences?
Yes.
Okay, great. Wonderful. So I would like to say thanks, first of all, to all the panelists who are helping me, supporting me with this project. I'm truly humbled for your participation. And I really look forward for the insightful topics and the insightful things you are going to share with us today. So our first panelist is Mr. Sanjay, and I have requested him to be a part of our panel discussion, and he has accepted it. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay, for joining us today. Would you like?
Toastmaster Tehseen is DTM Ajay.
Ajay, I'm sorry. I am really sorry. Mr. Ajay Kumar, Toastmaster Ajay Kumar. Toastmaster Ajay Kumar, would you like to please introduce yourself in 10 seconds so we can proceed?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Fatima, for the opportunity. I belongs to two clubs. My home club is Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmasters Club, and the other club is Smedley Chapter 1 Advanced Toastmasters Club. So I'm a Toastmaster since June 2015, and I just recently completed 10 years in Toastmasters. That's all about myself in Toastmasters. So over to you, ma'am.
Great, lovely. So thank you for the great introduction. Then we have DTM Iram Rizvi. So DTM Iram Rizvi is actually a communication expert, and we really look forward to your contribution in our today's panel discussion. Kindly introduce yourself, although we know you very well, but please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, dear moderator, Toastmaster Tehseen. So I'm a communications trainer, and with Fortune 500, 1.5 decade of experience. and currently serving as trainer to build the capacity gaps between the industries of academia, military, and government. Hopefully looking for a contribution for today. I'm a Toastmaster for the last 7 years. Thank you.
Wonderful. That's amazing. Definitely, you will be contributing a lot. So, our third and the president of my another club, which I am the member of, DTM Talha bin Hamid is here. DTM Talha, would you like to please introduce yourself? Although you do not need any introduction, but just for a formality, please.
Thank you so much. I am a chartered accountant by profession, and I've been a Toastmaster for about 9 years.
Okay.
Over.
Wow, wonderful. So now I feel like a newbie. I am just 4 months old in Toastmasters Club, and so many seniors and DTMs are here. So let's start the panel discussion. May I know who's the timer? I missed the person who's the timer.
I'm the timer. So the
Okay.
timing is 20 to 40 minutes. You'll see green at 20, yellow at 30, and red.
Okay, cool. So I'll be looking at your screen for the timings. Let me start with a very interesting question. When was the last time you checked your phone? A minute ago? 5 minutes back? Or 5 seconds back? If the answer is within the last few minutes, you are not alone. We are living in the era of hyperconnectivity. Our phones wake us up, entertain us, inform us, and increasingly control us. What started as a tool has become a trap. This growing dependence is sadly known as digital addiction, especially concerning in the effect on our youth, our Gen Zers, our Gen Alpha. Children and teenagers are more isolated than ever, yet more connected online than ever before. We have more online following shared friends compared with the physical, in-person friends and followership. They are comparing their behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reels. They don't want to go out to play games. They don't want to be in the football ground. They want to be on Instagram and TikTok, more likely. Less adaptability for relationships, and more inclined towards the latest online trends. With this, I would like to share my screen. Host, will you please allow me to share my screen? I have gathered some interesting statistics for the audiences. Let me, okay. I hope my screen is audible, viewable to everyone. Is my screen is viewable to the entire audience?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
great. Okay, great. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, we are breathing in the civilization of digitalization, where we inhale and exhale the virtual space, where children are not born, instead downloaded, imprisoned of social media. If I share a quick overview of 2025 digital landscape of Pakistan, and these numbers are actually solid, verified, because they are taken from the digital portal of Pakistan. Out of the 243 million population, 38% is the urbanization. And we have 111 million internet users active in as we speak now. 65% of them are on any social media, regardless of age. 78% of our total population has active cellular phones, the Android phones, which have imprisoned us. And on an average, 76 minutes each of us are spending daily, at least on social media. However, among this entire population, 43% have the trouble reading and 39% have the trouble understanding on the devices and what is posted. Instead, platforms like TikTok have given this opportunity to them to express themselves and stay on the social media, either for the browsing, or posting their own content. If I talk about each of the social media handle in Pakistan, so YouTube has the highest user base, which is not a surprise to us, of course. But the surprise is TikTok has doubled the user base in a span of 1 year. Yes, my fellow Toastmasters, only in 365 days in Pakistan, TikTok has doubled the user base, which is again related to our previous slide where the audiences has trouble reading and writing, and the platforms like TikTok has facilitated that. Unfortunately, people like you and me who are more professionally inclined and more inclined towards LinkedIn are actually only 5% of the entire social media population of Pakistan, which is quite sad, but the fact is fact. And that is why social media has become an addiction, affecting our mental health and our social boundings. 60% of people report feeling uncomfortable without their phones. Within 1 to 4 young people in Pakistan suffering from mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and even suicidal tendencies. I do remember in my childhood, I even didn't know the words of depression and anxiety. They never exist to me. But now, our children, ourselves, in any phase of life, they are depressed or anxious, or even having suicidal thoughts. And some of them are even doing it. We see it daily on social media. Now, specifically coming to the Gen Zers, my fellow Toastmasters, Pakistan is the only country in the world with 60% of its population of Gen Z. We are the highest Gen Zer population in the world. And 42% of that 60% actually are diagnosed with mental health conditions. ADHD, PTSD, sounds like 54% of Gen Zers admit that the social media has negative impact on their life, but their fingers, their eyes, their mind is so much addicted, they cannot take them away from that. And ultimately, Gen Zers with increasing or persistent high levels of compulsive phone or social media use about 2 times as likely to report suicidal behavior. This is very, very alarming. And this is very sad as well. The visible common consequences are like feeling anxious when not using social media taking most of your time, urge to check phone whenever a notification pops up. First and last day of the thing is social media. We wake up with social media and we sleep over social media. Missed living in the moment. Even we are at the restaurant, our focus is to take the pictures of what we are eating rather than enjoying it with our family or friends. And spending very, very less time with the family. Even if the family is sitting on a couch, everyone is busy on their phones. which is the reality of every house. Of course, it results in increased anxiety and depression, as we discussed earlier, sleep disorders, impaired attention, short span on the memory, social withdrawals, isolation, loneliness, and it does impact on the academic performance of our Gen Zers. And of course, behavioral changes, emotional dysregulations. Yet, the hope is a choice. And here comes our great panelist who will definitely show us the way ahead. I'm 100% optimistic about it. Honorable panelists, what's the escape plan? What is the escape plan, my honorable panelists? From this to this. Please help us. Please support our Gen Zers from this phase to this phase. So, my first question is for, let me just give me a second, whom I have selected this question was, okay. Toastmaster Ajay Kumar, would you please like to throw some light? No, I think, yes, I will take this further. Toastmaster Ajay Kumar. Gen Z has grown up entirely in the digital age. As I told, as we have seen in our earlier slides, that they are not born, they are downloaded. Do you think they are more resilient to digital stress or more vulnerable to its mental health impacts? And if you think like that, how can we encourage Gen Z to embrace mindful tech habits when their social identity and self-worth are often shaped with likes, followers, and online validations? Over to you, Toastmaster Ajay Kumar.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear moderator. Okay, so I would like to speak on this today. So Gen Z, like typically are the people who are born between 1997 and 2012. So as the world is advancing, the digital technology, rapid development and rapid usage is happening currently. And it is important for human beings to upgrade themselves with the latest technology, or at least know about what's happening in the world. But there is a silver lining for that as well. Too much usage of the technology can affect human relations. So let me give an example. Take online shopping versus going to the shop and purchasing in person. So when we go to the shop to purchase something, maybe the groceries or maybe the clothes or something, we get an opportunity to interact with the staff. We will have a chance to speak, wherein our communication proves, wherein our body language develops, wherein we will have the human touch. So all these will be missed in the online shopping, and online shopping has its own advantages and disadvantages. When it comes to advantages of online shopping, we will have a wide range of choices, wide range of products, but it has its own drawbacks. Like we cannot go outside, and we even don't know like what type of quality product we will be receiving. Sometimes the damaged goods we may receive, or some other goods we may receive. I have seen in the social media about this, but I don't know how far they are true. But people of Gen Z, or maybe have to understand the importance or the implications of using digital technology, or they should set their limits while using their digital tech. So this is my response to your question, Fatima.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What a great thought that online shopping has its own benefits and its own drawbacks as well. I do remember that the world post-COVID has actually transformed the whole landscape for the professionals from the work from home to the online shopping. And it has given a boom to the online vendors and given a great ability and a great platform in a country like Pakistan, where we saw emerging home chefs, where we saw emerging small vendors, where Daraz and Temu has become a part of our lives. And yes, you are right. Simultaneously, it has caged us. Despite of going to the shopping malls and giving the benefit to those vendors who are standing 12 hours on the shops, for us, we are just like, okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. Okay, I like this dress. Okay, perfect. Okay, my wife needs grocery. Okay, my son needs this. Order, food panda, here I come. Everything has the drawbacks, but you're absolutely right. I'll come back to you, Toastmaster Ajay Kumar. So let me share my screen again. So I would like to invite DTM Iram for the next question, please. DTM Iram. So the question for you is, are we addressing digital addiction too late? Once the damage is already done? What early interventions do you think can be introduced at the school or family level? How can we reframe digital wellness in a way that is inspirational and appealing to Gen Z instead of sounding like another set of restrictions to them? Over to you, DTM Iram.
Thank you very much. Brilliant question. And I'm going to slightly split it down. So the first thing is that is it late? So I would like to ask the audience here that, do you know till how many years does the human brain keep developing? A child's brain, for how many years?
21
Close.
or 7.
So it's, tell me. Yeah, DTM Shoaib, Saad, you are mute if you're talking to me.
18.
Okay. 18.
I'm
All
not
right. So
talking
it's,
to you.
all right. Thank you. You could have stayed mute. So it's 28. So till 28, you have the time, and it's not late to fix up things. So this means that we're not just talking about children. We're not just talking about alphas and beta. We are talking about Gen Z, and we are talking about even the later Gen Zs. Millennials thoda se out of context ho gaye yahan pe. But then this means that we still have time to change habits, to have things reformed again. And moreover, one study that I did with one of the universities, one of the major top universities in Islamabad, because I also do some lectures out there. When I asked them that how long does it take you? And we had somewhere around 170 to 180 students in that room from second year till fourth year of computer science and engineering, different engineerings. And they said, I asked them that in how many minutes do you actually access your phone? So they said immediately. The first thing they do, and at times their eyes are not open, but they're going to reach out with their hands under the pillow or close by, that is the phone. But that's not, by the way, that's not an alarming thing, because most of the times you'll be going towards your phone because now you use your alarms on them, right? Or you need to immediately make the call to see if the driver is reaching or my friend is coming, something or the other. But my next question was that how many of you open up your social media to check, to get validation, which means to see if I got any likes or shares? So 75% of the students, they said that the first thing they'd get their phone within the first minute or two. They open up any social media, which could be Snapchat, which could be TikTok, anything which is more, dopamine giving to them. And they open up and they want to see what is my shares and likes, because somewhere down the line in our minds, we have been fraud and hoaxed by these influencers that overnight you will become a star. Overnight, you would get viral. So there is a dream of, the dream of lottery that we have somewhere as a human being. There is a dream of becoming viral with something or the other. with the generation, with the, by the way, this also has a millennial in that maybe my last post has got views. And also this is surprising. This is something which has really shaken up the way how we were brought up and how these children are being brought up, because the idea of getting viral is a dream for them, irrespective that wo badnami hai, or is it with the good cause or the bad cause, but they just want to get viral, they want to get famous. So this is the part where we talk about how late it is and how damaged it is. But let me tell you, there was a further study that I checked based on this talk, and I saw that 58% of the new generation wants to fix this. They want to get out of it. They're waiting for talks and inspirations where they could get out of this this vicious cycle of checking the social media again and again. So there is a hope, because see, if you know there is a problem and you can recognize the problem, and with me over here we have Dr. Zahra along, also a Toastmaster here, that recognizing a problem is half of it solved. So you will always be looking out for ways and inspirations to get better. And another thing about this generation is that, very specifically, dear moderator, is you cannot talk to them the way how we were brought up. You cannot tell them that I am disappointed in you that you are doing this. This doesn't work on this generation. It works on this generation when they understand that it is actually not good for them. So it has to come from their side. Rather than saying that you are disappointing me as your parent, you have to tell them that what are you doing with yourself? What is your future? So all of those traumas that we were brought up, millennials and Gen X, log kya kahenge, this generation is out of that. So the good news is that this generation is out of log kya kahenge. They don't care what their neighbors think. They don't care what their friends think. They don't care what their family thinks. It's all about how do they see themselves in a filtered camera. It all matters that how they look like and how it feels, the whole kick of being famous, of being good looking, of looking like good habits. This all has to be for them as a fakeness, and they know in deep down in their hearts that they're not really being true even to themselves. So one of the things that we need to do to fix these things is that, first of all, we need to walk the walk, walk the talk that we are doing. So most of the time, when we tell them that I want you to read books, I want you to do comprehension, my kids are not looking at me reading books. They don't look at their elder siblings writing comprehensions, or they don't exactly see, their elders or elder cousins, or, sitting down and leaving the gadgets. I was reading about it a few days ago, and let me just look up. There's a word called second screening, dual screening. So now the movies are made in a way that you could use your phone along with it. So if the movies require too much of attention, those movies are not doing well at box office. So they need to be so slow paced and so easy to feel and so predictable. So we all know when we look at the trailer that where the movie is going. To be honest, we all know where the movie is. What is the plot? We know when we look at the trailer. But there was a time, if you look at 15 years ago, that trailers used to be something, and when we used to come out of the movie, we would say this was a shock, this was a surprise. 15 years ago, 18 years ago. Now is not the case. Now we know exactly what the movie is about, so that we can scroll along with the movie, and we don't have to use that attention, the complete attention span, even to watch a movie. So are we practicing that while we're at home? Are we showing our kids that, the phones are going on the counter, nobody's going to touch any gadget, and we're going to go along now, enjoy the movie completely, popcorns and everything, nobody's going to get up. But the moment a phone rings, you will see that the smallest child is going to run towards the phone to give to the mama, your phone is ringing. So, they know that it's a stress if there is a notification, if there is a call, because this is what the elders have done. It is so easy to say that this generation is doing this generation is doing that. But let me tell you, the seeding has been done by us. They have been copying us, they have been seeing us, and they completely go as per. And now we are, trying to pick up the dead bodies, that, trying to fix up things, but it is not late. The children who have realized that this is an addiction, they want to have more of nature's kind of a touch. So my advice to you is, please add at least 1 to 2 disciplined activities in their day, which could be a dinner time, a book reading after dinner time, probably a presentation that you do. Let's talk about the reading that we did yesterday, or let's talk about what we do all day. They need to have some activity or games any sports that should be introduced, and the elders are playing along with them to show them how important the health is. Remember, if you're in your 40s and you're not playing, you have given them the sign that after 30s, it's not important to take care of your health because you're not doing it yourselves. So you need to start adapting those activities, and you follow as parents and elders so that this cycle could be broken. I hope I've answered the question.
Absolutely right. And what a wonderful collection of statistics you have brought for us, DTM Iram. I'm truly touched with the information you have shared. And it is absolutely true that without our digital alarms, our days cannot start. And I'm so shocked, actually, and glad simultaneously to know that 75% of us are looking for the validations. And it is somehow so true that whenever we post anything on our Instagram, either it's the food we are eating or the vacation spot we are going, it's like, how many likes? And if there are few likes, we get so disappointed. Oh, only 20 likes. Oh, only 3 comments. Oh my God, my content hasn't worked. It is more of the something which makes my day bad. And actually, I also agree with you with that thing that despite of all the consequences that the thing which was coming to my mind is that this generation actually lives in and the TikTok users of this generation lives on this agenda, badnaam na hue to naam kya hua. So they want to be very much badnaam on the TikTok so they can be the viral and they can be the top trend of the day on X and everywhere. And I am so happy to know that 58% of the new generation is looking for the options. I'm so glad, DTM Iram, that you have shared these statistics. And with this thought, I would like to go towards our last panelist of this beautiful conversation, DTM Talha. Let me share my screen quickly. DTM Talha, I have a very thoughtful question for you, and which is, how do we strike a balance between embracing digital innovation and protecting our mental health, especially when technology is also a source of livelihood and education? From your experience, what small daily habits can individuals adopt to reduce their dependency on digital devices without feeling disconnected from this world? Over to you, DTM Talha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tessie. I will share 2 learnings with the audience here in this respect. The first learning is turn off your notifications. Keep your phone either on do not disturb mode or at least keep it completely muted. This is because once you turn off the notifications on your phone, it's not as if you will forget to check your phone. You will not. But instead, you will be controlling when you check it. You realize the difference there. Instead of the phone pinging you every few seconds, instead of the phone asking you to pay attention, you will be the one in charge. You will be picking up the phone when you want to, and then seeing the notification. This has another side benefit, which is that during the workday, due to this hyper connectivity that we mentioned, everyone and their brother now want their time, now want your time. Your colleagues during the off time and holidays, your colleagues want your time constantly. And during working hours, your friends, community members, families, acquaintances, they want your time. They're constantly messaging you, they're constantly asking you things. And sometimes, okay, most of the times it is through messages, which means that when you feel convenient, you can answer them. But sometimes some people straight up just pick up the phone and call during the work, right? So let's just say that's not pleasant because obviously it distracts you even more. But one thing we don't realize, even if we choose not to answer a message or a question, it gets added to the docket here. And it keeps adding up throughout the day. So ultimately, at some point, the technique of ignoring notifications starts to fail, because when you do check your notifications, you're swamped in notifications. So we should all be a little thoughtful when sending messages, myself included. If it's something that demands attention, then perhaps we should think twice about it. Perhaps we should think twice about sending the time of, the time of sending, right? Perhaps if there's a question, if there's something that requires discussion, hold it with and send it after working hours, or at some point that when it's not as stressful. That's one of the techniques that I've learned. Turn down your notifications, mute your notifications, and be a little more considerate about pinging people for whatever purpose. Of course, during workday, you can ping your colleagues in real time because you're supposed to be doing work. After working hours, you can ping or be pinged by your colleagues and friends all the time, right? Because it's your free day. That's one technique. The second technique is something that I call shared space, shared digital space, which means that we cannot keep the kids away from screens. And let's be honest, as DT Amina pointed out, we cannot stay away from screens ourselves. But we can do it sitting in one common space. And believe it or not, that makes a lot of difference. When two kids are sharing the screen, at least they're sharing something. They're playing a game on it, they're watching a video on it. Believe it or not, they're at least having a shared experience, a social experience. Once the kid goes inside the room and gets locked up in it, it stops being a social experience. Similarly, we should also profess the same, and I also decide the same. If I'm reading, I'm scrolling through social media, I'm checking my newsfeed, whatever I'm doing, I do it right where everyone else is. We do it in our lounge, the TV is on, and also the kids are watching what we are doing, and we are watching what they are doing. So yes, I know everyone sticking to their screens in the same space is a dystopian idea that actually it strengthens a lot of the stereotypes about the digital age. But believe it or not, having a shared space, people watching things on feed, sharing with each other, some of that sharing, some of the connection is still going. So that's my second suggestion to everyone, that yes, by all means, stick to screens. We cannot avoid screens. Let's accept that together. But do that in a shared space. And secondly, encourage the kids to share their screens with each other rather than each having a dedicated screen of their own. Over to you.
Wonderful, wonderful, DTM Talha. And I totally agree with you on the point where you have mentioned to put your phone on the mute. I am so feeling bad to say that, but this is something which most of the professionals even have to learn. And our Gen Zers have to learn that during the office meetings, during the sessions, during the studies, putting phone on airplane mode or mute is so essential. Disturbing with a kind of ringtone suddenly in the middle of a study, a session or something, it is annoying. It feels like that I am riding in a W11 bus of Karachi. Seriously. So this is a very important point which you have mentioned. But there is one also point that even in our office, if I'm sitting in the marketing department, so the finance department, or even my boss, or the other department, constantly the other WhatsApp groups are so much active that even if we want to get rid of them, we cannot. I personally want to get rid of my boss through all the WhatsApp, but I cannot. So that's the thing. And one very important and very beautiful suggestion you have made, DTM Talha, which is the shared space. It is a very beautiful one. I would like to add one point in it, that in the COVID, we used to have a lot of Zoom sessions, and actually Zoom emerged to be one of our essential need in the COVID. How about if we start teaching our kids and ourselves to have a family meetup every weekend on Zoom, where all our neighbors, families, besties, and friends can join us, And for that particular 40-45 minutes, we can put our phones on the airplane mode and stay away from all those notifications. And even that time, we have one screen and everyone is connected. That can be a way out of these social boundaries. I also just want to end this entire conversation with one of the memory that when I was in my primary classes and I had my birthday, so the entire day our landline used to ring, and my neighbors, my relatives, my friends used to wish me through that, and it feels so good that way. Although my mom used to annoy that the entire city is your friend from morning to noon, you are having the birthday wishes, but now I feel a huge vacuum. People get the notification on the Facebook and LinkedIn, and some of them wish me there, some of them wish me on the WhatsApp. I so miss that landline ringing, the connectivity of that landline, the emotions when we talk on the phone, even we are not seeing each other. I so miss that. So I would like to pay a great thank you to all of the three panelists, Ajay Kumar, Iram Rizvi, and Talha Bin. You guys have shared so insightful notes and so beautiful thoughts, and I wish we could convey it to our Gen Zers and to our besties and to our friends and families. It was wonderful speaking to you, and many thought-provoking ideas and points have enlightened my mind, and I might be thinking about them after this panel discussion as well. Thank you again, and let's try to, to contribute in our society to the extent we can, to the circumference we can influence. Thank you very much to all the audiences who have been the beautiful listeners throughout. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Saad.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Taseen, for that wonderfully conducted, wonderfully structured panel discussion. That was a really enlightening and eye-opening as well. Moving on, we will now call upon the lead evaluator, which is generally the other the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Jazib Shah. So Toastmaster Jazib Shah, um, it's a wonderful to see you after a very long time, and over to you for your speech evaluation.
Thank you so much. And I understand my time is 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
Can
Right.
I request one thing, DTM Talha? Can we give Toastmaster Jahazeb 30 seconds to first share the objectives of what he's evaluating and then start his evaluation, because he missed that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Understood. So the objective of this project was for the member to apply their skills as a public speaker and leader to facilitate a panel discussion. So this was the objective, and the topic we heard, the addiction to digital technology and its adverse effect on the mental health. So what a wonderful panel discussion, wonderful project covered by Toastmaster Tahseen Fatma. And as mentioned rightly by Toastmaster Tahseen, that all the panelists, they did a wonderful job. So amazing, insightful discussion overall. So, as a lead evaluator, I would like to conclude my part first, and then I would like to invite the further panelists, further evaluators. So, overall, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Tahseen for a wonderful panel discussion and wonderful delivery of this overall project. You started off with proper salutation, and you started off with excellent question, which engaged all the audience, and it brought all the audience to the topic actually. And then you presented all the data in a way it was again very engaging and informative, all in all. The way you presented all the data, it was very easy to understand, it was easy to read, and it was enjoyable at the same time. One thing I noted that the source of the data was missing. I noted on a couple of slides, I cannot say that all the slides were missing the sources from where you quoted that particular data, like the evidence. So it is better, in my opinion, it is better to have the source when you are projecting all the facts about the social media consumption in Pakistan. So that is one point. Your body language and the hand gestures were amazing, to the point, and you contributed huge value with the body language and hand gestures. I would like to challenge yourself to deliver your next project while standing up, and have a little more room when you're delivering a prepared speech. So that is another point. Apart from that, you used so many good phrases during this your presentation. You had proper opening, proper explanation of the topic, and then you presented so many different arguments for the topic. And you brought up a very good idea, which I'm thinking about to follow, that having a Zoom call with the extended family members and relatives, it is a lovely idea. I do it with my family on Eid days or any other days, but fixing it can bring a huge value in our daily lives. So this is my take on it, and this is over from my side. And now I would like to move towards the further modular evaluations. So give me a second, and I would like to call the further evaluators. Or I should give 1 minute for Toastmaster Tahseen for her feedback. Can someone guide me?
It will be in the end.
In the
It will
end,
be.
yeah.
And
Okay.
right now we will start calling the module evaluators as per the agenda.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, right. So, auditory evaluation will be performed by DTM Sarfaraz. So, I would like to invite DTM Sarfaraz for the auditory evaluation. So, DTM Sarfaraz, the stage is yours.
Dear sir, dear lead evaluator, can you once just share all the evaluators' names and what are their roles, just so we can confirm they were doing the same administration?
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, it is my first time. So
You're doing
yes,
fantastic. You're doing fantastic. Trust me.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. So the team of evaluators are the auditory evaluation will be done by DTM Sarfaraz, visual to be done by Toastmaster Imran Rana, and perceptible to be done by DTM Talha bin Ahmed. So first, I would like to call upon DTM
all right.
Sarfaraz to
One
conduct
small
the
change.
auditory.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So
Yes,
auditory will
yes,
be
yes.
done by me, and the language and structure will be done by DTM Sarfaraz.
Language and okay, right. So auditory evaluation, DTM Iram. So stage is yours. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
guiding
much.
me.
I'm already so happy to see how adaptive Toastmaster Jahanzeb is, and I use the word of the day. So thank you so much. And the audio of the whole project, which includes the panel, the panelist, and the moderator, I think was amazing. I actually had 2 units when I was trying to use headphones at half of the time, and I had speakers on the other half of the time, and it was absolutely clear. I love the way how the vocal clarity was done, and there was a lot of vocal modulation done by Toastmaster Tahseen, which was nice. And at many spaces, I saw that all the panel, even the panelists also, when they brought in the facts, they used a bit of modulation up and down to show how dreadful the whole topic topic was. And there was a charm and there was a pep up when they brought in the good news of, giving the ideas and the solution. So the vocal part, kudos to everyone who was part of the project. DTM Iram did a little better than others, but overall, I think it was fantastically held. So thank you so much. Over to the lead evaluator. Toastmaster Jahanzeb.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. So now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Imran Rana for the visual evaluation. Toastmaster Imran, happy to see you. He was in the meeting.
Yeah, Imran is in the meeting, but I think he is in the office, so he might not be able to contribute.
Maybe
So,
we move to you. Yeah.
sure.
Evaluation will be performed by DTM Talha bin Ahmed. And DTM Talha, it's your turn. The stage is yours.
Okay, so now I'm doing visual evaluation, am I right? Or my own, which is perceptible. Okay.
Perceptible, and if you can cover the visual together.
No, I think Toastmaster Zahra can cover the visual. And
Right.
Meanwhile.
Right.
So,
okay.
So thank you, lead evaluator. As far as perceptible evaluator is concerned, since I was also one of the panelists, so I had to be all ears to the discussion going on. And what I noticed was that, first of all, the stage was set very nicely for the discussion. Yes, the introduction went for a little too long, but even then, we got a very good idea about the topic, why it was important. And creating this why is one of the keys of successful panel discussions, where panel participants then become really passionate about what they're about to share, what they're about to contribute to the session. So overall, first of all, the problem that was discussed was, of course, very relatable to all of us. People from two different generations are there, so it was intergenerational. And finally, we got to listen to some very good solutions and thoughtful points that we would not have otherwise, perhaps. So overall, it was very well received by me as a participant. Over to you, Dirival.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha. So now it is time for the visual evaluation. Visual evaluation will be performed by Toastmaster Zahra. So Toastmaster Zahra, please take on this stage.
Hello. Yeah. All right. So Toastmaster Tesneem was on point with her, the speech, and the lighting was extremely perfect, and it was really good. And we were able to see her, facial expressions, her body language, and apart from that, the way she was moving back and forth, meeting the requirement of the entire project. And moreover, I must say it was a wonderful topic, but I know the part I am supposed to like, it's visual. So yeah. But the best, so we're on point. So thank you very much. I'm talking after decade in this Toastmasters meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now it is time for the language and structure. Yes. Thank you so much, DTM Sarfaraz, for joining in. It is good morning for you. Very good morning for you. So, sir, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jahanzeb. And thank you, Toastmaster Tahseen Fatima, for moderating the panel discussion. You opened with the discussion on the subject, gave us some data about it, and then you asked the panelists to respond. What I would have liked to see is, after you open the discussion, mention what the ground rules are for your panelists. Each one, says 30 seconds or 1 minute. And then instead of saying the stage is yours or handing it over to them, assume that you are at Frontier Hotel with these three panelists. And you're not going to say over to you and they're talking. Just discuss with them, ask question, let them respond for 30 seconds, then say something in response to it and have them say it again, or mix and match instead of doing one at a time like a speech project. And no need to say that over to you. Just ask a question, say, Ajay, DTM Aram, what is your opinion? And then no need to say anything, let them talk. Thank you for your completing your speech project, and thank you for moderating the panel discussion. Back to you, lead evaluator.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, DTM Sarfaraz. So now it is time to get the feedback from Mr. Toastmaster Tehseen Fatma. Sorry. So Toastmaster Tehseen, your feedback, please, regarding the evaluation and all. 1 minute.
Thank you very much, everyone. First of all, your evaluation and the tips you have given throughout has actually added a lot to my knowledge. This is the first time ever I've conducted any panel discussion. This topic was so close to my heart as being a digital marketer. I on daily basis, I play with the statistics, numbers, and insights, and likewise. But discussing it and having different thoughts from different panelists was a great charm. And I do particularly feel that I'm taking a lot from this panel discussion. So, and the evaluations are great. I have noted down the points which I have to work ahead, and it will definitely be a guideline for me. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it was a good experience for me as well. Wonderful evaluation, wonderful presentation, wonderful panel discussion. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster DTM Sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jahazeb, and all of the modular evaluator. And once again, thank you very much, Toastmaster Master Tehseen, for a very, very, very informative last 20 to 25 minutes, or well over that. Now, fellow Toastmasters, yes, it's that time where we will have our election for Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster Club for the year 2025 to 2026. To carry on this process, seating we have DTM Tala or
No, it's DTM Sarfaraz.
DTM
Okay.
Sarfaraz actually would be chairing this.
We have the club leadership committee chair DTM Sarfaraz Nazir to carry on the proceeding. So, sir, over to you. Sir, you're on mute.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. We will now conduct the election of officers for Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmasters Club number 7930548 for the term of July 1, 2025 to June 30th, 2026. The candidates or the nominees were announced through the group's WhatsApp group, and all nominees have agreed to serve if elected. The nominations were for President, Distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi, Vice President Education, Imran Rana, Vice President Membership, Ajay, Vice President Public Relations, Talha bin Hamid, Distinguished Toastmaster, Secretary, Jahazeb Shah, Treasurer, Khurram Saeed Chishti, and Sergeant-at-Arms, Tehseen Fatma. So we'll be conducting the elections one office at a time, starting with the President, all the way down to Sergeant at Arms. I will present the nominee and then ask if there are any other nominations from the floor. The person can nominate someone else, or if you are a paid member of Quantum Leap, you can nominate yourself. If you nominate someone else, you must have had already received permission from the person you're nominating that they will serve if elected. So for the office of the president, the nominee is Distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi. Are there any other nominations for the position of president from the floor? Are there any other nomination for the position of president from the floor? Are there any other nomination for the position of president from the floor? None. Distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi is elected as president for the next term of office. Congratulations, DTM Iram Rizvi.
Thank you. And Toastmaster Imran Rana just switched on his camera when you were asking for the third time.
That's good. We'll now move on to the next position, Vice President of Education. The nominee is Toastmaster Imran Rana. Are there any other nomination for Vice President of Education from the floor? Are there any other nominations for Vice President of Education from the floor? Are there any other nomination for Vice President of Education from the floor? Seeing none, the VP Education elect is Toastmaster Imran Rana. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It seems like people got afraid from my
Yeah, the moment they saw you turn on your video, they took off. Okay, next position is Vice President Membership. The nominee is GK Ajay. Are there any other nomination for Vice President Membership from the floor? Are there any other nomination for Vice President of Membership from the floor? Are there any other nomination for Vice President of Membership from the floor? Seeing none, the next VP of Membership will be GK Ajay. Congratulations, Ajay. The next position is Vice President of Public Relations. The nominee is Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Are there any other nominations from the floor for the position of VP Public Relations? Are there any other nominations for the role of VP Public Relations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor for VP Public Relations? Seeing none, the VP Public Relations officer for next term is Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Congratulations. Next position is Secretary. The nominee is Jahanzeb Shah. Are there any other nominations for the position of Secretary from the floor? Are there any other nominations for Secretary from the floor? Are there any other nominations for the position of Secretary from the floor? Seeing none, the elected Secretary is Jahanzeb Shah. Congratulations. The next position is Treasurer. The nominee is Khurram Saeed Chishti. Are there any other nominations for Treasurer from the floor? Are there any other nominations for the position of Treasurer from the floor? Are there any other nominations for the position of Treasurer from the floor? Seeing none, the elected Treasurer is Khurram Saeed Chishti. Congratulations. The last position is Sergeant at Arms. The nominee is Tahseen Fatima. Are there any nominations from the floor for the position of Sergeant at Arms? Are there any other nominations for the position of Sergeant at Arms on the floor? Are there any other nominations for the position of Sergeant at Arms from the floor? Seeing none, the elected Sergeant-at-Arms is Tahseen Fatma. Congratulations. The elected officers for Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster Club for the term July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2026 are President Distinguished Toastmaster Aaron Rizvi, VP Education Imran Rana, VP Membership GK Ajay, VP Public Relations Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, Secretary Syed Jahanzeb Shah, Treasurer Khurram Saeed Chisti, and Sergeant-at-Arms Tahseen Fatma. This concludes the elections for the club officers. And now I'll turn the control of the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day, Distinguished Toastmaster Saad Shoaib.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, for a very rapid and a quick election process, and 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 well done, and best of luck to the elected executive committee of of Quantum Leap Advanced for the next year. Maybe go higher and achieve more successes in the days to come. Moving on, we will now start the general evaluation part of the meeting, and that will be conducted by our very own energetic, lively, cooperative, and a wonderful human being, DTM GK Ajay. So DTM GK Ajay, the mic, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. And as a general evaluator, so I have a team. So let's welcome the team members one by one so that they can submit the reports. May I ask the timer to submit the timer's report, please?
Thank you so much, DTM Ajay. I believe we were overall on time. And the proof of that is that as per the agenda, the GE session was supposed to start at 4:10, and yet that started at 3:55. So we are actually 15 minutes ahead of time. How that is, I cannot fathom. Perhaps DTA Miriam built in some delays in the agenda itself, given the fact that
because of the election, the way how DTM Sarfaraz.
Yeah, I think
the time is, yes.
That's the trick. So thank you so much. Thank you for cutting out all the fluff, and thank our Lord that we don't have any so-called experts of parliamentary procedures here who would have surely objected to some of these efficiencies, even though they're clearly provided for in the rules. Okay. Live stream, I don't know who's watching on live stream. Anyhow, okay. We started about 5 minutes late because the role players and the speaker was there. The panel moderator was there. The speakers joined a little bit late, so that could be improved. The panel discussion itself was completed in 39 minutes, which is a great achievement, given the fact that Toastmaster Tahseen was doing it for the first time. And my only recommendation regarding timing would be that if you could basically either skip the panelist introductions and by providing them earlier, or by providing them in the group, or by asking the TMOD to introduce them. That's kind of a life hack. The second is that you set up the stage beautifully, but it took like 10 to 12 minutes. So if it could be reduced to 5 minutes or so, that could have given more time to the panelists. So that's my only suggestion. The evaluators were all on time. Lead evaluator was within time. And the panel evaluators, I think one of them exceeded by a few seconds or so. But overall, everyone was well. Over to you, General.
Okay, thank you, timer. And let's move on to the next role player, the language evaluator. So language evaluator, I think it's Again,
All right.
DTM.
Thank you very much, DTM Ajay.
oh, sorry.
So I was in my role, very much in my role, but then I forgot that I was doing the role. So I'll share what I have done. So the things that I really liked as a language evaluator were imprisoned of social media. Children are not born, but downloaded. And there are two places where I thought that a bit of a correction could be done as per me. And that is, instead of enlightened our minds, we could say that enlightened us. Instead of saying conducted wonderfully, we could say conducted a wonderful session, and adaptability was used by DTM era. So thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Me too.
Thank you.
Adaptability was also used by Toastmaster Tessin. Yes, two of us. Woman power.
Thank you, language evaluator, for your short, crispy, and sweety report. I think you are having some sweets at home. So moving on to my report as a general evaluator, I think the meeting started on time. We need more and more audience and members to join the meeting. The moderator, you introduced the topic very well, and you laid the foundation before inviting the panelists to speak on. And it's a wonderful panel discussion and on the correct topic and apt topic in the current world. And moving on to the
अरे भाई शेयर करके खाएंगे मैंने तो ज्यादा नहीं खाना
and moving on to the elections, elections went very smoothly and in very less time. Thank you, sir. Thank you, DTM Sarfraz Nazir, for conducting the elections. And I think we will be closing this meeting on time as well. So this is about the general evaluatory report. Back to you, presiding officer.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster G.K. Ajay, for your report and conducting a well-organized general evaluation session. And you will all have a link in the chat box, which is to vote for the best modular evaluator. So please do so, and in a very little while you will have the link to vote for the best big two, I guess, in this segment. But if it's just the two of us, I would like to concede and knowing how well GK Ajay performed the role, I would like to hand that award to him with no voting required. So with that, let's move on to the last part, which is the comment of our outgoing president and our incoming VPPR for the next year, DTM Talha bin Hamid. Over to you.
Thank you so much. It was great to preside over my last meeting as the president of Quantum Leap Advanced, which proved to be a meeting which was very efficient and very much on time with good attendance. Here, I would like to make a special note of gratitude to DTM Sarfraz, who performed two roles, one at the forefront, one behind the scenes. The forefront role was the election, the nomination chair, and I know for a fact that it was nowhere near as easy as he made it look. We've had extensive discussions back and forth. Some very difficult people sharing the screen with me today made it even more difficult. But ultimately, alhamdulillah, we have our next executive committee And perhaps, I mean, if you have DTM Iram as president and Toastmaster Imran as vice president education, what more could you ask? The second thing, he has been our club coach. And behind the scenes, he's been working towards bringing Quantum Leap to a certain level in terms of attendance, in terms of membership. And he has succeeded because we have gone distinguished after 2 years. I think we went distinguished previous year, not current year, but we have gone distinguished, and that's the sign of successful club coach. And in fact, perhaps if you don't know, your club coach assignment is only complete by the club that you're coaching reaches distinguished level. So congratulations, DTM Sarfaraz, because we know that that earns you credit for another distinguished Toastmaster award, and well deserved. See, many people, including me, have quite a few DTM awards. But sometimes you look at those people and wonder how and why did they get DTM. But here we have a live example. The way, the effort that DTM Sarfaraz puts in everything, not just club coach program, into every role he does. That's an exemplary first. And for that, I can say that even the DTM award is not good enough recognition versus the amount of work he puts in. So especially, and I'll also be very much remiss if I don't remind our VP Education, current VP Education and incoming president, to perform one of her last few duties as VP Education, approve my level 1 so that I can file level 2, and we will go from distinguished to select distinguished. That's a great achievement. We've never went select distinguished in a program year. To be very honest, in an advanced club, going distinguished is not one of the primary considerations. These things, the concerns are more qualitative. And let me put this on record: the Toastmasters DCP assumes a one-size-fits-all approach for all clubs, which is not really optimized for theme clubs or advanced clubs or high-concept clubs. So perhaps that needs to change a little bit. So thank you so much, sir, from the bottom of my heart. You know that these words are just the tip of the iceberg. Nothing can convey my gratitude to you and Quantum Leap's gratitude to you. So we have our member, Toastmaster Salman, who has joined. So Toastmaster Salman, you have joined a little bit late. If you could shed light for 1 minute or so about your experience with the club and the topic of today, which is addiction to screens, addiction to technology. Could you do that for us? Oh, okay. He just messaged me. He's traveling, so he's just logged in. So, okay, no worries. No worries, Toastmaster Salman. And I would certainly like comments from, okay, who else? Toastmaster Zahra, you are back after a long time. So how are you feeling? You are muted.
Not available.
Okay, okay. Have you threatened her or something not to say anything?
Yeah, she's back now.
Okay. Okay.
Why don't
Hello.
you use the same screen and
So the meeting was amazing. I had actually I didn't have lunch, so I just went downstairs. So I just came back. I'm sorry. So the entire as Toastmaster Tessin's entire topic itself was amazing, and the panel discussion, and everybody did their job really well, including our Toastmaster of the day. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zahra. So looking forward now, both of you and DTM Ajay and Toastmaster. And you know, that's what a successful club coach does. Pull back old, absconding members, missing members. So This brings the meeting formally to a close. So, DTM Saad, would you announce the results for the poll?
Yeah, sure. We had one poll which was of the modular evaluator, and that was won by DTM Sarfaraz Nasir. So that was the only poll we had.
Thank you so much. And before we can now formally adjourn, but I would certainly ask our incoming president to share a few thoughts.
Thank you very much for making me unopposed president, and Imran Rana was just caring.
This is the only space on the entire planet Earth where you are unopposed.
Unopposed, seriously, only place. So it has been this year has been a ride, and this year has been tough in terms of, to be very honest, getting bullied, getting isolated, and seeing the face of Toastmasters community, which I never thought would be. But then out of that, what happens when you're a part of a slum and mud is that you find people ready to pull you out. And those are the people in Quantum Leap. And I have found a beautiful tribe of people who are great listeners, who are supporters. And I have finally realized that, of course, quantity doesn't matter in front of quality. So I'm very glad to see that even if we are 6 people, 8 people, 12 people, that's a good number in this meeting. But the kind of learning we get from Quantum Leap is far ahead from any other club because of the politics and the things around them. Here it is genuine learning. And I'm proud of Quantum Leap for that. I remember one of the meetings, we were 5 people, DTM Talha, and it was amazing. And we had one of the best keynotes and one of the best Q&A, and it was an amazing learning. And you have to remember that nerds are always little in quantity. They are the ones who run the show, and we are always isolated and cornered. So we are used to that, but we are going to outshine in quality, in the belief that we have that we are the ones behind the wheels. So all the best to everyone, members and XCOM member. And thank you, a special thanks to DTM Sarfaraz for being the backbone, for being advisor, the guide. It was already quite a privilege to know that you were the coach of the club. That's in itself is a winning, that DTM Sarfaraz took interest in a club. And I think you deserve a lot of love, a lot of prayers from all of us for always being there, guiding us. And of course, special thanks to all the XCOM members, especially someone who quietly, without getting any medals and all, runs the show, and that is DTM Talha bin Hamid, for always being there, guiding there, being there, that Iram, don't worry, things would happen. It would, and by the way, someone who actually handles me so I don't kill someone else. So thank you so much for that, DTM Talha. And this is going to be exciting because I'm going to work closely with Toastmaster Imran Rana. And so dekhte hain, he kills me or I kill him. So thank you so much, and wish you all the best, Quantum Leap.
When you said that there's someone who works behind the scenes and doesn't claim any medals, that was the instant Toastmaster Imran opened his screen expecting you. But no.
Touche, Toastmaster Imran.
Yeah. So, Toastmaster Imran, a few thoughts from your side.
About what?
About your election as VP Education, about Quantum Leap, about the year we have.
Okay, so thank you so much, first of all, everyone, for showing your interest in me and nominate and elected me without any competition as a VP Education of Quantum Leap Toastmasters Club. And before that, I have served VP Education in Karachi Toastmasters Club twice and Husn Khitabat.
And yes, you were the most successful VP Education
I'm not saying that.
in the history of KTC, and one of the most successful VPEs ever in terms of education awards. Let me complete that. Please continue.
Don't get jealous. Mehnat kar, hasad na kar. Okay, so it was a great learning opportunity, and now I have to work with DTM Erin Rizvi, and I hope I will learn a lot from her as well. and I'll make sure that I'll try my level best to have prepared speakers and role players in the meeting, and try to make sure that our quantum leap meetings become more excited and more we got a chance to learn more. So let's finger crossed and let's hope for the best. And over to you, President.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. DTM Ajay, you're back after a bit. We would like to share you to share some thoughts since we didn't have table topics or we just one project. So we love to listen to you. So please say something.
Something. Okay, thank you. Thank you, DTM Talha, for the opportunity. This is my second term as VP membership at the club. I know what I have done. I have done nothing. What I haven't done, I haven't done a lot. So this is the second opportunity, I think, to contribute more to the club growth and success. Even though I am not in the country, but I'm in remote, but I will try to contribute as far as I can in my second term or the second chance. So, and I wish all the best for the upcoming leaders of the club. And let's see, let's rock.
Thank you so much, DTM Ajay. Yes, I can relate to what you're saying. Sometimes we do feel we have done nothing, but one thing that you have done is participate and captured audiences through your speeches, which in itself contributes towards membership. So yeah, in a roundabout way, you did contribute, and turning up for the meetings that DTM era mentioned. That's the best part, where even if we have few, we could set the floor alight with our meeting. And that's the special property of Quantum Leap. So I would like to now conclude this meeting, but not before seeking out a few words from DTM surplus. What do you say?
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid, DTM Iram Rizvi, and fellow Toastmasters. I want to thank the club, its officers and members for allowing me to be your club coach for the current year, which ends on June 30th, and placing that trust. And I think in the past, earlier days after I joined Toastmasters, I think a club coach had just to be a club coach. It didn't matter whether the club was successful or not. And it's nice that the Toastmasters International changed the rules that in order for the club coach to be successful and to receive credit for being a club coach, that the club has to be distinguished club, because there's no point in being a club coach and getting a certificate from Toastmasters International while the club is still struggling. That's the whole point of being a club coach. So that was great. And VP membership mentioned. So right now there are 12 paid members. So the club is still eligible to request a club coach. That's why Toastmaster Imran Rana, who asked me to join, I will not be joining just in case in October if somebody does not renew and the club is still at 12 or less, then you can still have a coach. So as Toastmaster Imran Rana mentioned, that I'll wait till after the next renewal and then make a decision whether to join or not, or I'll be the last person. So next year, there's also a rule change. I think to be distinguished, you'll need a net growth of 3 if you don't have 20 members. But to be a select distinguished, I think the net growth has gone back to what it used to be, a net growth of 5 members. So that will be a challenge for our VP membership to get 5 persons. But congratulations to the club officers for the existing year and the members for becoming distinguished as of now. And hopefully today, when DTM Iram approves level 1 and level 2 of pathways completion by DTM Talha, that will put us as a select distinguished. And that's true. Most of the advanced clubs do not achieve distinguished or select distinguished because not people in those advanced clubs usually give the credit of their education completions to their home clubs, not to advanced clubs. DTM Iram, you did a great job as VP Education. The incoming officers, I will request for you to, we have a next executive committee meeting, to come up with a way to differentiate between members on the agenda and non-members or unpaid members on the agenda.
Yes.
The keynote should never go to the guest. The guest keynote speaker must be the one that the club invites, not someone like me. If I'm not a member, I say, oh, you have a place for me to be a keynote. No, tell them, sorry, you're not a paid member. You must be a paid member to do that, unless you invite a district officer from District 122 or another district or someone very influential. That's fine, the keynote speaker as a guest, but not an unpaid member from another club coming just to get credit for their speech project. So some differentiation, so that way, because I think a lot of people attend meeting of Cornerly as guests. They just don't want to become members. They say, hey, I can just give a speech whenever I want to. Why should I become a member? So that's something to consider. Thank you once again. And now back to the club presiding officer, DTM Talha.
Thank you so much, DTM Sarfraz. Very well-raised point. We've been discussing this for the past few weeks. This is a common problem with clubs with low attendance. We, especially perhaps myself, we are too generous with allowing speech slots to non-members. And what that ends up resulting in long term is that the clubs do not have enough attendance. And this is, alhamdulillah, it's not that severe a problem with Quantum D because we have a tribe which is reliable. But with clubs like, for example, Husn Club and some other clubs, it becomes a problem. So perhaps we should be, and again, now, thankfully, I will no longer be president in about 2 days. So it's something the incoming executive committee and president to think about, that perhaps invitation and attendance in Quantum Leap meetings should be by invitation. Of course, some of the guests we know and we love, they contribute. But it should not be an open and free for all. As DTM Sarfraz pointed out, that removes an incentive from members to, or attendees to become members, because they're getting pretty much everything for free. So that may ultimately be something that we should be looking at. Perhaps, yes.
Because DTM Sarfraz, you're very right. We actually reaped this mistake of ours in the last quarter, where we were not trying to give the role to someone who has come 7-8 times to do their projects, and then they got upset on the normal guest group. So, and we don't want to do that. So we want to give, for example, Toastmaster Tehseen needs there's a specific time to do this project, and it has to be a day when we don't have multiple projects. So the preference should be given to those people. Now, I have a project which requires 15 minutes, and I don't know when to do it, because when I see 2-3 speeches, I have to drop. And those speeches are done by outsiders. So thank you for that. And I think these are the conversations where we usually would need a coach to step in rather than the ex-com doing it, a mentor to step in and explain to the guest that, this is how it happens. Because at times then people, they start boycotting that. I was told once no, but I was told 8 times yes. So they don't remember that. So thank you for raising this point.
So translation to that is that DTM Sarfraz will try to use you to continue. First of all, I resolved that DTM Sarfraz remains a club advisor, part of our executive committee, and we'll try to use you for the difficult conversations. Because when you tell people things, they don't mind, they listen, as opposed to us. So,
both of us.
exactly, of course. So thank you so much. Okay, now we have successfully overshot the time.
Thank you. We stick to the culture. And Assalamu alaikum, Toastmaster Farooq. We missed you today, but
yes,
hopefully see you in the next week, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Farooq has only joined because he asked for a recording of the session, and I told him that we will charge him for that. So that's also a strategy we can start thinking about, Madam Incoming President.
So we charge you comment, like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
So point is basically I'm really inspired by Talha, Sarfraz, Iram, and all in the Quantum Leap people. So that's the reason I request Talha to record this session, and whenever I have time, so I'll watch and learn something new from you guys.
Yeah. So we do live stream all our sessions, and this session was also live streamed on our YouTube channel. So at least go there and subscribe. As PTM Iram said, that will be the cost of you watching this session. So thank you so much. And finally, everyone, let's say goodbye. Thank you. It was as always a lovely meeting. See you in the next year with the new executive committee. Thank you so much.
See you
Bye-bye.
all
See you again. See you
tomorrow.
all.